This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Marcy,
Betsy.
let me ask you something.
Oh, I love a question.
Hospitals,
Yes.
scary.
Yes.
Even when they're running and working.
At their best, highly stressful.
So scary.
Yes.
So scary.
Yes.
Hospitals are terrifying.
Yes.
Now, what about when a hospital is abandoned?
Woof. Well, that's scary.
Very scary.
I mean, my first thought is, oh, I'm going to get murdered or fingered there.
Oh, have you ever been fingered in an abandoned hospital?
No, but if I were more popular, maybe I could have been.
That was the site of fingering in your hometown.
We had no abandoned hospitals.
They're going to the abandoned hospital.
I just imagine
yeah.
any abandoned building is like, well, someone's going to get
That's where
fooled
you
around
get-
with. Right?
I've never even thought of that. Yeah, maybe.
Kids are horny.
Kids are horny.
Anyway.
How can you blame them? Okay.
Hachi
Anyways,
machi.
I'm gonna talk to you about the Linda Vista Hospital, right here in LA.
I know about the Linda
Yes.
Vista Hospital.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do. So some articles were calling it a mental hospital, but I think it's just it was a hospital with like a mental wing. Like I think.
Is that where they shot? Wait, you're going to tell me.
I mean, I have a few things that they shot
keep
there,
going,
but
keep
you
going.
think of yours. So
Children's Hospital.
No, that's
Okay.
a different one
Okay.
in the valley.
Okay. Sorry. Keep going.
Which I actually worked on a show a while ago, and when I was at
Okay, so
whatever.
the Linda Vista.
Linda Vista, built in 1904 and abandoned in 1991.
Okay.
It's considered probably the most haunted hospital in all of California, baby.
Congratulations.
And you know what? While it was abandoned, it was used in television. We're talking True Blood. We're
Ooh.
talking Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
It was used in films. We're talking Seven. We're talking your favorite one, Lords of Salem.
That's about Salem the cat, and it's just like
It's the what's the word I'm looking for? The pre-story, like his
yeah,
growing
the
up
origin story.
The origin story. It's his origin story. So not only is it the most haunted hospital in California, it might be the most famous
Ooh.
hospital just because it's been in television and everything.
While you're telling me the story, I want to just look up location-wise where it is.
Okay,
Just for my
it's at
curiosity.
Brentwood.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But go ahead and look. So while it was an operating hospital, a lot of weird shit happened. A lot of the patients that came into the hospital just registered themselves as like John or Jane Does. So, you know, a lot of like, we don't know who this person is.
Oh.
We can't get to their family. Like, so kind of just like that sad world, you know, of just kind of like a lot of people coming in and not wanting to be who they are.
Wow. Because they were doing something wrong.
Yeah. A lot of the patients were mistreated. The death rate there was like unusually
Unusually
mysteriously high. Unusually high. Why did I gotta be in there?
Supposedly,
patients would disappear and never return, and people often thought that they were being experimented on in the hospital.
Ew.
And then they would be, their bodies would be burned in the like crematorium or the boiler room. Isn't that fucked up?
That's horrible.
Isn't that fucked?
That's horrible.
Also, people claim that Richard, the Night Stalker Ramirez, hid out there for a bit in the 90s, and that he apparently left some satanic graffiti or like art in the hospital on the walls. So that's kind of fun.
Artwork.
That's kind of fun. Richard Ramirez.
I mean, he's
out.
come up a lot recently.
He has. He's a shithead. Big old stinky pile of shit.
I like him. I think he's cool.
Okay. So now for the spooky shit. Are you ready? Hold on to your butts.
Are
Here we
you
go.
ready?
There is the ghost of a doctor that can be seen wandering around the halls of the hospital.
Is he single?
The story goes, he's single and ready to mingle and ready to fingle you in an abandoned hospital.
Fingle me.
The story goes that the doctor was murdered when a group of gang members brought in another member who had been shot, and the doctor couldn't save that member's life, so they killed him.
Look, that's not a good way to get other doctors to help you out in the future.
I don't know.
That's a true case of you damned if you do and you damned if you don't.
Exactly. Everybody's trying. Okay. A caretaker who was the caretaker of Linda Vista for like 20 years.
Whoa.
Scary.
That alone. Just having a job for that long.
I can't even imagine it. Told the LA Times in 2010 that he would see a lot of strange things while taking care of the place. A lot of things he couldn't explain, just like little flashes of stuff and everything. The water in the scrub sinks that usually are turned on with a foot.
Yeah, foot pump.
They would randomly just turn on here and there, which is very spooky. And here's a creepy thing. He would sometimes feel a child's hand grab his hand when nobody was around. No. Nasty. Isn't that nasty?
No.
That's so scary. Yucky.
No.
Phew. Okay. Other people have seen eerie green lights emanating from windows.
Cool.
People have heard a damn child crying on the 5th floor.
A damn child?
A damn child. Scary. So those are like little things. The boiler room is a weird, spooky space.
Okay.
When people enter the boiler room, they immediately feel like a feeling of depression and desolation. The energy has been known to make people like stagger and hold their heads, like, just kind of lose their balance and stuff. And people have, one person described this energy as though they're being popped like a balloon. Ooh,
what?
Isn't that
That's
like,
so weird, too.
I get it, but like,
crazy.
What the
ever living fug?
It's weird. What a wild feeling to
Yeah.
have. There's one room in the hospital, room 323, that people are like, it's like there's a demon in there. There's like a demonic presence in there. Apparently, a particularly dangerous patient was kept in 323. So people are like, it might be there's that spirit. It might be their spirit.
Shit out his demon.
Yeah. As soon as one enters the room, there's a gross feeling of uneasiness, not uneasiness. And of course, you immediately get chills, and it's like icy cold. Also, people have heard growls coming from inside the room.
No, thank you, please.
Nasty. People have been physically assaulted by an invisible force. One dude got a ton of scratches down his back where it looked like a spooky hand with long claws got him. I saw a picture. It was bad. There's a picture on the internet.
I saw a picture.
It was bad.
It was nasty.
And when people go to leave the room, a lot of times as they're like crossing the threshold out into the hall or whatever, they'll feel a shove as though it's the entity being like, yeah, man, get out.
Yeah.
Isn't
get
that
to step in,
creepy?
bitch.
And then lastly, we have the girl in the surgical suite. The apparition of an unidentified girl dressed in 1950s clothes,
Tacky,
has been seen in this surgical suite. Of course, it's assumed that she must have died on the operating table, and her spirit.
well,
now,
I've always heard when you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me.
it's true. I don't like using that word, but sometimes it works. And this one, again, as soon as you walk into the surgical suite, you just get like fucking slapped in the face with like cold spots, and just a bad feeling. And people will see like little flickers. Like little flicks of something out of the corner of their eyes.
Yeah.
And describe it as like, it feels like somebody is running to get out of your vision, like so that they can't be seen. So they'll like see that, which is so creepy. And apparently, or if she likes you, she'll show herself to you.
Here's my heaving bosom.
Well, she will. she appears and then like just stares into you, like stares into your eyes. Her face looks like she's like pleading to like get out of the room or whatever, and then she'll just fade away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, isn't that so scary? So the Linda Vista is still up.
Okay.
But it is no longer abandoned. It is no longer a hospital.
Okay.
No. In 2012,
okay,
it was bought up and renovated. And in 2015, it opened up as the Hollenbeck Terrace Apartments, a senior apartment complex and community.
Sounds like a bad idea. I'm just going to tell you.
I want to write that movie.
That was...
Isn't that crazy?
Like an old person horror film?
Yes. You don't see, well, you get a good amount of like old people getting scared, but never a whole cast. And okay, hear me out.
There's plenty of actors. There's so many.
I watched a HBO documentary about like an old person home, and like they're doing it a bunch.
Oh yeah, you get all the sex
doing
appeal.
It a bunch.
You get all the sex appeal.
So you can do it like a classic teen.
Shh, let's do it.
Okay.
Also, like, what's great is like in horror films, there's not a lot of lines to memorize. So if you have an older actor, it's fine if they don't.
Daddy, all you're doing is scream.
Scream now.
Yeah, just
also
gasp.
It makes sense for not being able to run fast because they're old. They can't run away from.
I think we got a movie on our hands,
guys. We just
please donate to our GoFundMe.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, that's the Linda Vista Hospital, which you can now go visit, but it's going to be filled with
But you have to see old people to visit it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But it's a scary place. There's pretty good ghost adventures on it and stuff. Yeah.
That was really great.
So yeah, that was my story of the day. If you guys have stories, pretty good, right?
Oh, pretty good.
If you guys have stories, please email them to us at funnyfeeling@gmail.com. Write them out, record them on your phone and send them. We will listen. We will read. We love hearing them. We appreciate it.
We love it. And if you also do us a favor, do us a solid, go subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen. Rate, review, tell a friend. Pass it along.
Pass it on.
And just have...
It helps us.
Yeah. Betsy, that was great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, Marcy. I'm very excited.
Me too.
For our guest today. I fucking promise you guys, you've seen him in commercials, television shows.
I really do feel like you maybe have guest starred on every comedy network, like network comedy on television currently.
He's probably in a ton, most of the pilots that get picked up. I feel Theune's in. Oops, I gave a spoiler. You can see him Friday nights at UCB Franklin, 8 o'clock on our team Bangarang. If you're ever in LA, baby, please welcome to Funny Feeling, Dave Theune.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Oh, Dave, thanks for being here.
We did a pilot recently.
We did.
That we both got cut out
And
of.
our bits got cut.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pilot picked up?
Yep.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
It's, Happy Together.
Happy Together.
Yeah, Happy Together.
Everyone was super nice.
We did. Yeah, it was really fun.
And you got to go into another
I
episode.
did.
That's great.
They're going to get you back.
Oh, Toonie.
Or I'm going to get them back.
Or you're going to get them back. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Truly, I really do feel like every once a week I'm like, oh, Toonie's another TV show this week.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
My bank account would say otherwise, I feel like.
Weird, right?
I should be doing better than I am right now.
But then also a million commercials.
I've been in a few commercials.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel constantly in our house we're just like, Duty! Like just screaming it anytime we see you pop up. We're like, yeah.
I have never been a big booker as an actor. Like I never booked a ton, but I've always been like, I'm so jealous of people who like are constant booking. But I think it actually might be more stressful to always just have a different job every few weeks, because it's just like not more stressful, but like I knew I had to go get money at another job. But like when you're like, I think I can rely on this, and then to be like, oh shit, oh shit. I feel like that's even more.
It's scary.
Yeah, stressful.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. No, this whole venture is
truly
unhealthy.
not healthy.
I think even if you do book a lot, it doesn't matter, because you're still looking at anyone else you're being, and so if anything I'm doing, I'll look and I'll be like, well, yeah, but look at Sergio booked another thing, and he's working on something else.
Right.
It always blows my mind. I feel I have talked to you about this, but like Sergio and Casey Faye, who was on the podcast, they book commercials all the time, and they've said, I remember hearing them at like we were on a sketch team together, a sketch meeting. I'm just like, yeah, so if I get like one more commercial, which I probably will, I'll be set for the year. And it's just like, wait,
I don't know that feeling.
Confidence.
Yeah,
How do you have that confidence? You're not begging for it. Like, it's wild.
I tell you, like I always wanted to be an actor, but then I was like, maybe I should start writing. And then getting my first like network writing job, I've been like, oh shit, we're stupid. This is what you gotta do, guys. It's long hours, but it's not heavy lifting. You know, it's not the worst job in the world. It pays all. It's not like the big checks that an actor will get, but it ain't bad.
Yeah.
So
So what are we
I
doing?
envy the writers.
I keep bragging about being middle class, because I've never bragged so much.
Marcy
in my life.
has made it to middle class, ladies
I've
and
really bragged
gentlemen.
an insane amount. I'm like, guess who's middle class now?
It's good. You should be pumped. It's a good thing.
You bet it is.
Be
Absolutely.
a middle class.
Do you guys get it where, and I've said this before to people, but like whatever you're booking or not, living a good life, whatever it is, it's, you should be feeling good about. Like all it takes is looking at a couple of social media posts, and I'm like,
Me too.
yeah, but I'm not doing that.
Me too.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, real bad.
But I have that, and it is just
Me too.
like, oh no.
I feel like I could be on set. And that's like the goal, the reason to come out here. Like
Yes.
I'm on set on a show. This is it.
Yep.
The goal achieved. And I'll look at Facebook and someone will be like, hey, doing an indie improv show tonight in some hole in the wall. And I'll be like, why am I not doing that show? Why not get invited to
Dave.
do that? Like,
Honestly,
a moment of that.
Yeah.
It is the hollowness inside of us that drives us to try to fill ourselves every
Yeah,
moment.
and it will never be filled.
We'll always
it
be
will
empty.
never be filled. But anyways, on that sad note, we're all doing fine.
I just think everyone probably feels that way in like different ways, but it's very specific, and like you can put your finger on it because so many of us out here are living similar lives that like
Yes.
if we were in your hometown, everyone would have a different job, but
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're trying
But
to.
I bet you still do feel that, like,
Yeah,
oh man,
absolutely.
they're a ski instructor and I'm just scanning tickets.
their knees, their knees look like ground beef, like ribbons of meat.
Yeah.
Their knees, ruined knees.
God, I want ruined knees from
We're trying to
skiing.
fill our souls when there's a lot of lost souls out in the universe in the form of ghosts and
What
spirits.
a
Dave with
segue.
the transition
Thank you for
of a
segueing.
lifetime.
I don't know if I would have been able to.
That was really good.
Go deep on the ski lodge metaphor.
I
can
could
stay
go
on
all
if you
day
want.
long if you guys want. Yeah, so Dave, we start every episode by asking our guests, what do you believe in the paranormal, if anything at all?
Yeah. I believe there's probably ghosts and spirits that hang out among us. I've never seen them. I've never had an experience with
Do
them.
you want to?
Yes and no. I'd probably be too scared.
Yeah,
But at
I'm
the
with
same
you.
time, I feel like they're probably not going to do anything if I do run into one. So part of me would like to, but then also like half the people I tell aren't going to believe me, and that's not fun.
I know, that's scary.
Yeah. So yes and no. I'm open to it, but I'm not pushing for it. And I know you
That's how
guys
I am.
have experiences.
Well, Betsy
you don't. I'm
has
sorry,
not.
Betsy
I
does. I'm sorry, Betsy
refuse
does.
to have
Marcy,
one.
you
Marcy
definitely do.
does.
I have had.
You definitely do. Betsy, I forgot you have not.
I'm right there with you where it's like, yeah, okay, I don't need to see it though.
Yeah. I'll watch it on TV.
Yes.
Always.
All the time. But I will not search. I'll look for it, but
I mean,
I'll also
go
be like,
to
"Don't
places
cook."
that are haunted.
I'll go to
for
places that are
sure.
haunted all the time, but I don't want to see a ghost.
It's like going to the airport. Like, I know there were plane crashes. It's not what I'm coming here for. Was that a bad metaphor? I'm going to go back
It's
to
a
the
rough
ski
one.
lodge.
It's
I'm
a
going back to
rough
the
one.
ski lodge.
Let's go back to the ski lodge.
I mean, I'm on the fence of whether I want to see a plane crash or not. I could go either way.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't want
absolutely
to.
not.
No,
Oh, boy.
no. We should stop talking about this.
I hate whenever I see people trip on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
love that.
God.
Just trip, not even fall. Just like that little stutter step where I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah.
yikes.
I love.
You do.
Oh man, I love
I'm
it.
not gonna, and I also love cars just kind of hitting other cars, like while parking or something, like because there's a nice big crunch and it's just funny.
It's funny.
Especially in front of like a restaurant where a bunch of people are outside.
Great. It's great.
We're recording in my home right now, so you may notice there's a desk in the front window, and parking in this neighborhood is hard.
It's tough.
I will watch a lot, and when people are having real trouble, I'll go out and watch closer.
Oh, you're
Yes.
that person? You put the pressure on.
Usually because their like tail is in our driveway a little bit, so I want to be like, But my neighbor next door, she literally like loves having people towed. Like it is her like she's like the parking police. She's like,
man.
that's very close. That's very, like she is always like giving people a hard time about
Oh
parking.
my
I bet.
God.
It's because she like has like she's like. She's not old, but she has the spirit of the oldest woman in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
she's like, I can't see when I'm backing out. So like, she's not old, but she's like, well, these people are not
Yeah.
respecting my driveway.
She does use a walker even though she doesn't need one, right?
She just flings it around her head though.
She just twirls it around. It's pretty awesome.
She's like really rubbing it in other people's face, I think.
Dave, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I believe that there's other life out there somewhere. I don't think it's in the form that we created movies and such, but I assume that there probably is.
Yeah.
It seems too
You don't
egotistical
think it's
not
like
to.
Mars Attacks? Big
I mean,
old
I would
funny
love
brains.
it if it was like Mars Attacks.
I have a question. This just occurs to me because you're from
Wisconsin.
Yeah. What about crop circles?
No, I mean, those have been debunked.
All of them?
Every
so.
single one of them.
Is it
I
just
think so.
what is it? Is it just bored farmers?
with like
It's like bored farmers or just like bored people because like, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. And it's the same thing you can probably say about in the South or I guess anywhere you live. Like you just get bored.
Yes.
And they figured out, and I forget, this is like a few years ago, they figured out how they do those crop circles. It's just like it's a board.
with
like
like
it's using
rope,
a board.
right? And you just like smash it.
Yeah, it's just like a
something
constant
that.
rotation of this. And
Yeah, it makes sense that you would just like flip over a pallet, basically, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, like
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it is like, I get it. We would go hang out at Walmart
yeah.
like growing up.
Also,
Yeah,
I will
doing
say,
nothing.
crop circles, even if they're not real, what great art!
They're
They look
fucking
great.
cool
It is like
to look at.
I mean, unless you're ruining crops,
Right. But that was part of it. That was part of it is that they said like the part of the mystery was that the wheat or whatever it was bent but not broken, and that was like the cool. That was like one of the alien tricks that were being used is they could bend it but not break it. But that also got debunked. So it was humans that were capable of doing it, and they did it, and they did it a bunch, and they look great.
And they blew our minds
Honestly,
for a while.
For sure.
As
Which
far
fun.
as like kind of like destroying other people's property, it was a lot nicer than most graffiti I see.
For sure. Yeah, at least it looks pretty. And don't you think that like, and I'm sure you've talked about this on your podcast before, but like stuff like that, like crop circles, like you want it to be real. Like we want the mystery to be there. We want places in the world left unexplored.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want, jungles that are still unknown and seas and oceans that are like that stuff I want. I hate that we have so much technology that it's like
so crazy now where it's like we've touched almost every inch of it. Like there's still tribes and stuff like in the Amazon, I feel, who have never been seen or whatever, but they're known about because I think of like satellites
and they're running
stuff,
out of forest.
Like,
they're running out.
I forget which is it an island off the coast of India where they killed that missionary recently?
I don't even know.
I saw a headline for that.
I think it's off the coast of India. I could be wrong, but it's like an American missionary went to this island where like this tribe
Where
lives.
it's known, don't go
And it's
there,
against the
right?
law to like go there. Like the nearest sovereign nation is like, don't go there. We do not go there because. So this missionary went there and like
Now I'm gonna save
immediately
him.
was shot by a child. A child shot him with an arrow.
Oh my gosh.
And then some fishermen like helped him, but he insisted on going back because he really thought he could like win them over. And then he was found dead and like he was drug on the beach and like they fucked him up too, guys. And I feel bad for him, but also just like don't prove a point. Don't.
Let's leave.
Look, if God's all powerful, he'll get to them. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's not your job.
Even God is like, nah.
Even God
They're
has
telling
boundaries.
me not to. I don't need to force myself upon
even
them.
God has boundaries.
Even God has boundaries.
I feel bad for that person because it seemed like a brutal death.
Yeah.
I bet.
But he was people, and it's not the first time they've killed people. But like they're like, what are we gonna do? Wage war? No, it's their land.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
let them do their thing.
Oh, mama.
Ooh.
Dave, you should go and try to help them. I think they would love you, Dave.
Look, they just want you to teach an improv workshop.
Yeah, they just want you to do a nice,
think
quick
they could-
improv work shit.
If they could just learn some social skills and how to think on their feet.
Play thumper with them, they're gonna have a blast. Ba-da-da-da. Oh my god. Do you believe in like what is the word? Cryptoids? Is that it?
Ooh, yes.
So like Bigfoot.
Oh man, that's the thing we want to believe in the most,
Right?
I
Yes.
want that the most because they're like also they feel like very mythical, but they also feel like the cutest of the things that we can believe in,
I
right?
know.
And, like,
Furry and
Yes.
Sort of humanoid too, and
I would love it if a Bigfoot or Sasquatch. What are the snow
Yeti,
Yetis?
Yeti.
Any of those existed would be the best.
swamp skunk, swamp ape.
Swamp ape, yeah, I would love it. I feel like I got into a little bit of a YouTube spiral as far as watching stuff about Bigfoots, and like how, I mean, all the people that were like firm believers were skeptical at best.
Yeah. Yeah, they cut, like, you hear the voiceover, you're like, okay, and then they cut to it, the person, you're like, whoa, whoa.
Get
My
him into
God,
treatment.
that person just got out of a tornado. They're like sticks in their hair and shit.
There are like things about it that make it feel like as much as I'd like to believe, it feels hard because like we've never found remains of a Bigfoot, right?
Right.
But that is because what if they're interdimensional travelers?
Oh, fuck.
What if?
Oh man, now we're blending these mythical things. Sasquatch are aliens or ghosts of aliens.
Doesn't that make sense?
Dave, ghosts of aliens.
They're honestly
Fuck.
Sasquatch, ghost of old man, like primal, like part of the missing
of
link.
like Neanderthal, missing link. Whoa.
Just ghosts.
I like that theory a lot.
My new one, trademark it.
Trademark it. Marcy's new
It's called
theory.
Squatch Ghost.
Write it up. You're the WGA.
Come on, do it. Tap away.
That's my new
tap.
show. Squatch Ghost.
Swatch ghost. Squatch ghost.
let's see. Let's take a quick little break and then let's get into more stuff.
Great.
And we are back.
We're back. What a break. We played a game of basketball.
Took a 9-hour break there.
Took a 9-hour break.
Yeah, we found a field.
We found a field. We tried to make crop circles. We broke all the wheat.
The farmer chased us off
with a pitchfork.
He said, "Don't you know that we're suffering here in America?"
Poked us all in the butt a little bit.
Yep, we all yelped.
We yelled.
The farmer and his wife looked just alike in a weird way.
Yeah. Yep.
Gaunt, sad,
just like melty. You know when a human looks kind of like they're melting.
Yeah, like they've been in the sun too long.
Way too long.
Overcooked.
I don't know if you guys had this, but and this is not ghost related. But growing up, one of my friends grew up on a farm, and he is now the owner of the farm.
Yeah.
But that was like his house and his farm were like a big drinking spot for us. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends' grandpa had a barn, and that was a drinking spot for us. Like we utilized farm fields and barns a lot. That's like, I grew up in a small town that was surrounded by farms. That was like my drinking those are my drinking places. That and literally driving around a lot country roads to stay mobile, which is a terrible idea.
I know.
Stay mobile, stay away from the cops.
I will say, look, don't drink and drive. However, at least better on a road where no one is.
Right, that was
you could kill yourself, but where were other people?
Where were your drinking spots growing up?
The woods.
We absolutely.
Would always go, like, just find. There was one place with an abandoned mine, like an old fucking mine.
I mean, that's cool. That sounds cool. Also, it seems dangerous, but seems cool.
It was so dangerous. It was very cool, but it was so, like, I would climb around in that mine drunk as a skunk, being like, I bet it's haunted, you guys. And, like, at one point, we, like, my friend with his Subaru tied a rope to a huge, like, beam holding up the mine and, like,
stalactite?
Dragged it.
A real beam.
A real wooden beam, and, like,
I'm
pulled it off, dragged it through the fire. It was.
What was the name of the mine? What did you call it?
I can't remember.
That's so scary, because what if it had collapsed?
Yeah, we were dumb.
Right.
We were so dumb.
And then
we
set
a couch on fire. There was a couch up there one time, and we're like, let's pull it into the fire.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of this, but I think other kids did, where they would go to, there was a gravel pit where they just pumped out gravel.
Sure.
So they would go drink there. I wasn't really, like, I would go to, but mostly house parties. I was just like, you know, I wasn't going to a gravel pit.
Let's find a gravel pit or something and just start partying at.
Should we start finding where the kids in the bedroom communities of Los Angeles,
the Batcave,
where are they drinking? Should we start pretending to bust them?
I feel like when I go there's empty beer cans there whenever I go to the Batcave.
Let's go one night.
Yeah.
And bust the shit out of it. Steal their beer.
30s, late 30s. Let's go. Let's go
steal their fucking beer.
You guys have probably already talked about the Batcave, but if you don't know what that is, that's up near us in the Hollywood Hills in Griffith Park. There's what's called the Batcave, which is where in the original Batman series, the Batmobile came out of this cave, and that's where this was. And now people walk in there, hike to it.
Yep.
And it's called the Batcave, and then I see beer cans there.
Yes. And I see beer cans there. And it's pretty cool.
It's great.
Don't know if it's
some of them are mine.
but there's always a lot of weird rocks stacked up.
Stacked. Yep.
Stacked
Yeah,
rocks.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like art than it is spooky.
Yeah. When after Prince died, somebody made a huge his symbol out of those rocks. It was pretty rad.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So Dave, tell us.
Dave.
Give us the goods.
Okay.
What are some of your stories you want to share with us?
Okay, so, and you may have shared similar stories in earlier episodes, but I didn't see a lot of ghosts or any ghosts growing up, but I sought them out or versions of them when I was a kid. I grew up in like I said, a small town, in a very religious town, and I'm trying to think like why I would seek these things out. I think part of it was probably like growing up quite religious, and then just like this is like some sort of weird little mini rebellion, and then also mixed with like boredom, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I drank some in high school, but it wasn't like my main thing. So like just seeking anything to do,
Yeah.
you know, exciting. So we got onto a kick of looking for either haunted or satanic places growing up.
Oh, yes.
In Wisconsin. So we would go and seek them out and go there late at night. And a few of them we went to was, one was, I think we just referred to it as Red River. Ooh. And supposedly at some point the river had run red with blood.
Oh yeah, it did.
Also, not to interrupt, but like you were a teen, like in the midst of satanic panic, like in the 90s, right?
Was that, if that was happening,
yes.
I was unaware of it.
Okay, because that's why people were always like Satanists are everywhere.
Because like Geraldo Riviere, I just listened to My Favorite Murder about it, would do like these stories.
Sure.
And it's just like, it's Satan doing this to our kids. And a lot of religious parents would be like, uh-oh.
Well, growing up, when I went to church, maybe you've heard me tell this before, Betsy, but I remember one church service, and at my church, there's a morning service, and you had like Sunday school afterward for if you're a kid, and then there's also an evening service.
Okay.
And I would often have to go to both.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Woof.
Include all three, including church,
Woof.
Sunday school, church again later on.
Yikes.
So this evening service, and one of the things I liked about the evening service, it happened in the morning too, but it was daylight, is like, and this happens in most churches, like once the sermon starts, the lights kind of dim. Mm-hmm. And so at night it's dark out, so the lights dim and it's even darker. And that I'm kind of like, ooh, this is kind of neat. Anyways, the sermon was about Satan in our lives, and specifically aimed at kids. And I just remember there being like a big like slideshow, and when there's a slideshow, I was like, all right, I've been to this slides. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Media.
I wish
anything.
my church had media.
Yeah.
Shit. Nothing though.
Your church is filled with like reporters from NBC or CBS. The media. Yes.
The media, my favorite kind of media.
The liberal media.
So this one was, and these albums I get this is old even from when I was a kid, but the two things I can remember is like it's in music.
Yes.
And I remember them posting pictures of Kiss and being like, kids in Satan's service.
Stuff that would have been like popular when your preacher was a young person.
Yeah, like these bands, this was old for me.
Yes.
But I just remember like, what? And I was like, kids in Satan's service. Like, then I probably spouted that knowledge off to 1,000 people after that.
Of course.
Where I'm like, you know what KISS means? Do you know what KISS means?
Yeah.
And then they put up, again, this is very old, the Eagles Hotel California.
No.
And they recited the lyrics, and I was like, oh, that's what it's about. Okay. And I'm a pretty little kid at this point.
Yeah.
So like it's all this is, as far as I know, true. And I'm very into it at this point.
Yeah.
Also, like I love like aiming a service about the devil at little kids who are most susceptible to like Santa, and like we're gonna indoctrinate them early.
I remember in like growing up going to Christmas mass on Christmas Eve, and it would be a children's service. So like you got to dress up like the nativity. I would be a sheep. One time I was a sheep and I crawled on all fours down the aisle, and none of the other sheep did. I was committing, man. But I remember this real quick, like the priest bringing up the darkest shit about how he's like, you're gonna die and you're gonna burn in hell if you don't do this. And I was like, wait, it's Christmas. Don't talk about that. Talk about like the birth of this dude.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, we were supposed to be watching kids.
Joy to the world. It's like he just told us we're gonna burn in hell. Sorry, continue though.
No, that's that. I feel like Christmas services are supposed to just be like, we just want to watch little kids mess up and like wave to their parents.
Yes.
And not sing the songs.
Sing the fun
But
songs.
I think like pastors take the opportunity because they're like, I've never had such a packed house. Let's talk about the
that
devil.
is very true.
Who wants to talk about devil? Yeah, say yeah.
Oh God,
That sounds like a cool preacher. So that was like a thing. So that was like in my mind.
Yes.
So I'm sure that probably fed into this, like, we got to seek this stuff out. So we'd go down to, I think it may have been off of what's this place. I grew up in a town called Cedar Grove, and there's a town next to us, our rival, called Oostburg.
Oostburg is your rival.
That was our rival back then.
Next to St. Olaf.
It really was. We were very much a bunch of roses. And
adorable.
Just outside of the Oostburg was this road called like Alder Road, and that was where Red River was. And it was we went out there, and like me and my friends, and we'd go out there in the day, we'd go out there at night.
Yeah.
And there was like, in retrospect, it's like a house with like a shed. But there was also, when we got out there, there was like a bonfire area with a elaborate wooden chair that I would say could be called a throne. And
fuck.
we were like, look at that thing. This is definitely satanic.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
That's where Satan sits.
It's
Oh
where he
my!
sits.
Just out in the middle of, or like.
Just like in a private residence in the woodsy area.
Yeah.
But it was like a weird big chair that I was like, that's all we needed to see was like, oh, yep, we were right. Why is not everyone noticing this? And
The river did run red.
The devil sits right there.
Right there in that wooden throne on this mosquito-ridden forest or woods. So that would be something we'd go to, and we'd go there repeatedly to the point where I'm sure like adults were like, all right, you teenagers, you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
This is like a quiet street.
I just want to sit in my giant throne.
I just want to sit in my giant throne.
Whittled this chair from one piece of
One
wood.
giant tree trunk.
Please let me enjoy it.
And then we would go to the other place that we would seek out is a place that we called the Spanish House.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spanish House was in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And Sheboygan was our big city.
Heard of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think they say it in planes, trains, and automobiles.
Sheboygan.
I think I mentioned it.
That's what it says on like "Welcome to Sheboygan." It's been referenced in planes, trains, and automobiles on their sign, right?
It's a long sign.
It's a very long
literally
sign.
just ribbons around.
Yeah. I feel like that's what the whole movie is about, right?
Yeah.
So the Spanish House was a Spanish style home, which it was the only one I'd ever seen growing up, with like the red tile and like a white, exterior. And that's the only Spanish style house I remember seeing. So I was like, that's a Spanish house. And the Spanish house wasn't like in some crazy like remote area. It was very close to the Sheboygan Memorial Mall, where we did hang out a lot.
Yes.
It was like in town. It was like in the city. But we would go there because that's also where supposedly satanic stuff was happening.
Yeah.
And we would go there at night. We would go there during the day. And I will say, one time during the day, we were like roaming around in the yard. And the place was, in retrospect, I think was just abandoned.
Yeah.
But we did go around their yard. And when we walked around, a snake did slither over my shoe as we were in the yard.
You're done for.
And
And that was enough to get me screaming and running, and that's enough to get everyone I'm with screaming and running, because they don't know why I'm screaming and running.
Yeah.
So
Like,
we're
that
all
was
gone.
Satan.
That was Satan.
Satan sent one of his
I
serpents.
saw
That was a
Satan.
serpent of Satan, guys. Never have I ever seen such a serpent.
Were you able to like see inside, like through the windows and
Yes,
stuff?
there's some that boarded up. You can see a little bit in the windows. Nothing in there.
Okay.
So we thought
That's
this is the
what
perfect set.
Satan wants you to
yes,
think.
Yeah.
Yes. If you went in there, it's probably actually like very ornately decorated. It was all just an illusion from the outside.
Yeah.
So we would go there.
Yeah.
The the Spanish house. And I don't know if kids still go there, but we went there a lot.
Yeah.
Looking for stuff. And then we would go to maybe more of the ghost theme. Is we had, I guess you'd call it a Native American cemetery nearby.
An actual one?
Yes, as far as I can remember.
Okay.
Now, in retrospect, I could be wrong, but I feel like it was a Native American burial ground. And I remember going back there, and we would, again, just like all the time. Now we'd go in groups, and and I remember once going back there, and we're walking, and as we're walking, we must have gone through someone's like a fenced-in area.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I turn around, and there are a bunch of horses running at us. And
What?
I swear my memory is correct on this, that I remember just looking around and being like, run, and like I feel like we were running and horses were running next to us, and I swear I'm not making that up. That seems insane
like
to me now.
That scene with Simba and the Lion King.
yeah. Yeah, or Jurassic Park when they're running and all the in the first one. That's what it felt like.
Whoa!
And it felt like the spirits were telling us to get out of there.
Yeah, come on. Get out of here, you teens.
Yeah.
In a cool way, too.
But in a cool way.
Yeah.
You could keep up with a horse. Good on you.
I don't remember that happening. I think they were speeding by quickly as we got out of there.
Whoa.
So that was a thing. And then the last one is, and this one you can look up. But I remember in high school when I was in high school, I feel like Unsolved Mysteries was a show that existed.
Yes, love it.
And I think, and if I remember correctly, you can look this up, I think there was an episode, at least part of an episode, that revolved around this cemetery in a town near us called Elkhart Lake, which is near us, Elkhart Lake, Glembula or something like that. And there's a cemetery out there. And I feel like in the episode of Unsolved Mysteries, they talk about how this cemetery always stays dark, even like during the day.
Ooh.
That's what I feel like the thing was. I never saw the episode because at that point there was like no way to look it up. There's no internet.
Yeah.
So we're just like, you hear about that episode of Unsolved Mysteries? It was Elkhart Lake. And they were like in our conference for like sports and stuff, so they were pretty close by.
Yes.
So we would go out to the Elkhart Lake Cemetery. And I feel like we went out there during the day. And it was dark, but it was also like an old cemetery in the woods.
Like
so
just
it's probably just shaded. But we would go there at night and we would bring like a Ouija board.
You did? I was going to ask later if you ever did.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, Dave.
Yeah. We would go there, and I've been there more than once. And the Ouija board, I think partially, the Ouija board never took that great of effect because I think we were all shaking as we were out there, and we were just like constantly like, is anyone coming? Is anyone coming?
So you could barely even pay attention
we
to
could barely pay attention because we're also like, we're trespassing for sure.
Yes,
And so like, we're just like, everyone's on the lookout. We have people posting in areas just to make sure like no one's coming. And then we have like 2 or 3 of us, and then we have no cell phone, so maybe we have a flashlight or someone's Zippo lighter, I think was probably more accurate, and just like trying to like, are you here? Are there ghosts here? And I can't remember if we're like pushing it towards yes, but it was like very scary. And I feel like all these areas end with us running out of there. But that's the most like famous of the places that I've been to was what I think was on Unsolved Mysteries.
Whoa.
But that would be the thing that we would do a lot of is look out for mainly satanic places, but anything ghost related.
What do you think you would do if you like came across Satanists? Like, did you guys have a plan? Were you going to convert them?
No, they're definitely going to have to run. Like, we would have assumed that the satanic people were bigger and stronger and more evil.
They weren't. They were not bigger or stronger.
Definitely. We were also like
they were
high school kids,
squirts, little squirts.
Taylor.
And we were like 5 or 6 high school, like usually guys like in our like physical primes or something like that. So like all actively involved in
also,
sports.
you're a very large, like you're a tall man, like
but so scared, scared.
Also, like, was there any like what was the gossip in town about them?
We not much. Like this is stuff that we sought out, and we felt we were very rebellious and very much like we know about this. Other people don't. We're seeking this out. And it felt like. And I'm sure this is not true, but it felt like people older than us weren't seeking this stuff out. It felt like my friend group in particular was the group that was like leading the charge on this. Yeah. And that felt like very exciting. And I'm sure now it's probably like, we've been going there for 40 years.
Everybody's been going to Red River, dude.
We all know it. Like you had to hear this from somewhere. But it felt like we were the only ones going.
We're going to blow the lid off this thing.
Oh man, it's going to be huge. And we would plan it like during school, like at school. We'd be like,
that.
Friday night,
so exciting.
After the game, we're going to Red River, get ready. And we'd have like, it would definitely involve.
And so you were football players and you're like, we're going to go fucking find some Satan, man.
I love that. Let's win this game to find some Satanists.
At no point was there any like macho thing related to it. It was always like, we're going to go. I hope we see something. If we do, I hope they don't see us. I would get ready to run. And it was always full of terror. And just being in these dark places at night, it's so scary.
That alone is so scary.
Because we're in like these places like the cemeteries in Red River, like more rural for sure. So you're definitely on your own.
Yeah.
And I feel like now as I get older, growing up in those areas, the scary thing for me was like TV movies would be like inner city, because I only saw movies and had no concept of what that was other than movies. But now as I get older, it's like, no, rural areas are truly terrifying. That's where it feels like no rules and no one there to see what happens.
Live there to be left alone.
Yeah.
It's so scary because I grew up like living in the mountains and stuff, so pretty rural, but still like not crazy. But even that, I'm like, I don't think I could live.
Scary.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I'm like, I don't think I could live in the mountains. That's too like it is just
You're
like
so alone.
You're so alone.
I was
and I was like, my house was close to other houses, but it is still that scary thing of like you're alone and your body can get disposed of easily. It's so scary.
Wait, you know what? We didn't live like it was rural a bit, like in an unincorporated town. But like my sister's best friend, like when she was younger, lived like near the river, and we would play a game of Spotlight, where we would put a big spotlight in our backyard, because she lived relatively far away. Like you couldn't get to her by walking because you had to go through like creeks and rivers and stuff. So we would spotlight with each other there.
Yes,
that's awesome.
But I was gonna ask you, could you please, either of you, do an impression of what a Midwestern Satanist might sound like?
I feel
just be like, "Oh, hail Satan!"
Oh no, hey.
Oh hell! Oh yeah, we like hell and all. Hey, what are you kids doing here? Hey, you got to get out of here. We're practicing devil stuff over here. You got to move it.
So polite still. Just like, hey, we're just trying to do our thing.
Get the heck out of here.
We gotta sacrifice a goat if you don't. You better move on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can watch for a bit, but then you got to go.
Don't tell. Please just don't tell.
You got to go tell. Hey, you're Dan and Leona's kid, right? All right, you got to get out of here. All right. I'm friends with your sister.
Tell her hey.
Tell her hey.
That's so
I just like
funny.
I was just imagining it, and that's what I was imagining.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's any in retrospect now, the more we learn, it's like there's no like Glenn Danzig sized Satan worshippers. They're all like
my old neighbor, Glenn Danzig.
Glenn Danzig, was he your neighbor?
Oh yeah,
that's his house over a block away.
He seems cool.
I'll show you afterwards.
Please.
It looks scary.
But none of them are like him, right? They're all like scrawny, like
do you want
outsiders.
Die?
Yeah, they're all like. I had my peer group. I had none, so I have to find this one that accepts me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's normally the case.
I feel like I could have been a Satan worshiper like so easy. I just was pretty religious, so like that's where I put that energy.
Me too.
Into going to church a lot.
I did too.
If I could have very easily, like if I had like one alcoholic parent who like it like was left home alone a little more, I could have swung the other way.
It'd be pretty easy to be like, let's try to summon him.
I was always like, should we do witchcraft? And still to this day, I'm like, should I do witchcraft?
Do witchcraft.
but like
Come
not
on,
like
you're
for
an
bad
adult
stuff,
now.
just to be like, maybe you could see a face in the mirror, like that kind of stuff.
I love that.
Like Bloody Mary, like we've done.
We tried.
Gosh, that's so fun.
I feel like being and I know this is more of a ghost, supernatural podcast, but I feel like being into Satanism is like, it feels so disorganized. Like it feels like you just got to do, I guess, just do what you want.
There's like the teen version of it, which is like, we're going to worship and conjure the devil. That's like my idea of what the teen version of it. And then actual like Satanists are like an organization who are like, no, we don't believe there's a Satan or a God. We just believe in civil liberties. And we like to scare and poke at religious organizations by having this idea of an altar of Satan.
Gotcha.
At least I think that's what it's like in America. Like whenever they put like a satanic statue up somewhere, they're just doing that to be like, do you like when this is in your face? 'Cause we don't.
Yeah.
Because they're like atheists. That's what I think. But I think like there's like the teen version, which is like, yes, let's like conjure up something bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then there must also be like Aleister Crowley and like dark magics and stuff too, which is like the sort of, but I don't know enough about them. But I think for like modern like Satanism, it's mostly like they're like the ACLU. Always
donate some money.
What
They're
a
gonna try to
comparison. Speaking of satanic stuff and ghostly stuff, I have this book that talks about like I like going to see like old stuff in Los Angeles, like old
Your
architecture
Instagram
stuff.
is just chock full of like great historic stuff.
Yeah,
Toonie Tours Tinseltown.
yeah, exactly. So I have to go see silly stuff like that. Anyways, I got this book about a bunch of like old places in LA, right? And it goes like over the history or whatever. And I think I'm saying this right. I think I'm talking about the right building, but the Bradbury building downtown.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, right? The interior is like is the thing. If you ever get to see it, it's in Blade Runner. It's like it's a big claim to fame, but it's been in a bunch of movies and stuff like that. I shot a commercial in there for Twix. It doubles as their factory.
Right or left Twix?
Good question. I don't remember.
no,
They're gonna ask
Dave.
for their money back.
Twix is pounding on the door.
Hi, it's left Twix here. Apparently, you don't like a day rate.
I shot some bits for Big Time in Hollywood, Florida there.
That show was good, by the way.
Thank you.
If you guys ever get to watch Big Time in Hollywood, Florida, it was on Comedy Central for one season.
Yeah.
Keep it.
It's insane.
It's insane, but it was
It
good.
was a really fun show.
It was like their only serialized show.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyways, this Bradbury building, I feel like it's named after his last name was Bradbury, and he wanted this. He was wealthy. He's into I forget how he made his wealth, but he also wanted to have this like legacy, this like architectural legacy, and it was going to be this building. And he hired this architectural firm, I think, and they weren't quite sharing his vision or whatever. But like one of the people at the firm was, but this person was like new or young or like wasn't full-fledged architect or engineer or whatever it was, architect, designer. And him and Bradbury did connect. Yeah. And I feel like, if I remember correctly in the reading, and anyone could correct me if I'm talking about the wrong building, but it's some historic building in LA, but I think it's a Bradbury building, the architect was like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know if I should, take this on.
Yeah.
And I feel like he and his daughter like did a Ouija board to see if he should, and they asked the Ouija board if he should take this on or not. And the Ouija board said yes. And so he said yes. And then he went forward and is like credited with the Bradbury building.
Whoa!
I think I'll look it up to confirm when I get home, and I'll let you know.
And
but I think
feel that was such a when was it built? Like early 20th century or something?
Come on!
Oh boy, that I'm not gonna remember. I should know that.
Toonie Tours Tinseltown. Come on!
Filing cabinet in your brain.
Late 1800s,
like
early 1900s.
That was such a thing.
Yeah.
Was using the paranormal.
Absolutely.
Like people would have seances and stuff.
Yeah.
Spiritualism, the Fox sisters, all that stuff.
Whoa,
Yeah. So I'll look it up to confirm. I think that's the thing.
Really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you have time, Toonie, to listen to a ghost story with us?
Yes, please.
I'm going to pull one up.
Hey, Betsy and Marcy. I love your podcast, and I wanted to tell you a story that one of my old coworkers told me about something that happened to her and her friend when they were about 13 or 14 years old. They were living in a small town in Florida at the time, and they were walking home at about 3 o'clock in the morning from some weird girl's house, and they decided to walk through a cemetery. About halfway through the cemetery, they decided to sit down on this bench. And one of them started, whining that she was afraid and it was spooky. And the other one started cracking jokes. Oh, it's not scary. What's wrong with you? Why are you scared? Haha, you're such a baby. And she yells out, is anybody there? And she said it felt as though someone had walked from behind and stuck their head between both of them and whistled into their ear, as if to say, yoo-hoo, over here. And she thought she was the only one that heard it. And she slowly turned her head and looked at her friend. And her friend had a horrified look on her face. And they knew at that point that they had both experienced the same thing. And they immediately booked it out of the cemetery and ran straight home. And that's the story of the creepy whistle in the graveyard. I love your podcast, and thanks for doing it. Bye.
Dave, why were you laughing so much through Colleen's story?
Colleen, great story.
That was
First
really
off,
good.
That sound, well, I don't know where she recorded it, but it sounded great.
Yeah.
Like, that was a nice,
Sounded
clear.
really good.
Colleen, good audio skills.
Good audio.
Good job. That's so creepy, but creepy in the way of like, imagine if a normal human, you two are sitting on a bench, and then someone just pokes their head in between you.
Awful. I'd punch the shit out of them.
Honestly, only ghosts have that kind of like ego problem.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna shum and give them real something.
I can get up in your space right in between you two.
Honestly, that's not true. I feel like there's a whole section of society, of men in society, who think that kind of stuff is cute in real life too.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, there's a whole section. That's, I know exactly who that guy is now that I think about it. Yeah, that guy got Me Too'd.
For sticking his head in between two other people
That's
and
just
whistling.
that's his like most benign version of what he does.
right,
He's also
right.
like a butt pincher. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of ghosts or a bunch of perverts.
Yeah.
She also asked us, and I just wanted to say, she said, just wondering, do y'all believe in astral projection? Have you ever tried it? I'd love to hear your take on it. And I would say, Colleen, you should go listen to Yamara's episode.
yeah, 'cause
Yamara Taylor.
Is that the first episode?
It's the first episode we did.
Oh, first episode.
So you go way back, and she actually met her first husband through astral projection.
When she was in Africa.
gotta listen,
or
Dave.
something.
I gotta
Like,
listen to
when
that
she
one.
was
I knew she was the
in,
first
like,
guest, but
Africa.
He was in Africa, and he
Africa.
astral projected to her.
oh my gosh.
So I don't know that I do it, although once a psychic told me I did. But
Whoa.
just while I sleep, she's like, "No, that's why you're having a hard time sleeping. You're going out of your body."
Wait, really?
But I did. Our friend Susie Barrett,
Yeah.
gave me a book on it so that I could learn more about it, and
Okay.
then I never read it. But I
What a
Right
cliffhanger.
now, I'm resting my feet on it.
I tore it up and didn't give it back. Please be my
Marcy
friend.
hates books.
I just burned them.
Did you guys know, like, am I correct in saying that her friend was sitting on a park bench, right, at a cemetery?
In the
Yes.
cemetery, yeah.
That's what cemeteries used to be, and some still are, but used to be a gathering place for people, like on Sunday afternoons for picnics and family events, because
That makes sense.
in earlier days, cemeteries, as they are often now, are in like big, like beautiful places.
Yeah.
There's trees.
Yeah.
And earlier on, those were like a public park, and so it was like, it's a beautiful setting that there's lots of room.
I mean,
and so it wasn't seen as like a weird, creepy thing. It's like, this is where we gather.
We
because
go to outdoor movies at Hollywood Forever.
Yeah.
I went to lunch. We had lunch at the Forest Lawn Cemetery.
They got a restaurant?
No, we brought like a picnic and just.
I wish they had a restaurant,
We
Dave.
laid on some people, but I felt a little bad because we were on someone's grave. But then I
That's
looked,
wild.
and she lived to be 108 years old.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I thought, if anyone's not going to mind us having a lovely afternoon on her grave, it's this lady right here.
That seems like a good thing, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
seems like a thing where like maybe we'd all fear death a little less if we would like come to get closer to it like that in a more
Coco.
festive way.
If I had laid on a baby's
Just like
grave,
Coco.
though, I would have felt very guilty. But
If
I was
you
like,
laid
she's
on
fine.
a baby's grave, oh, Marcy.
fine.
No way, babies love it when you hang out with them.
I'm still a little weary about eating on a grave.
Oh yeah, a bunch of my coworkers brought
don't put-
salads and no utensils.
Yeah.
They had to eat with the cup that the dressing came in and just scoop it into their mouth.
On a grave.
It was insane.
Yeah. And also, don't just put drumsticks on top of the gravestone as if it's a plate. Like, you gotta like, you can hang out
Wait,
in the park
what?
area.
How, I thought you like bring a little tablecloth laid on top
Laid
of
on
the
top of the-
tomb.
Oh man, this has been so fun, Toonie.
Dave, thank you
you.
so much.
Tell everyone where they can find you if you want them to.
My street address is
Yeah.
I see you walking with your yoga mat.
yeah, there we go. You can find me on social media stuff at Dave Theune. And then also check out UCB. With Betsy on Friday nights at 8 o'clock at UCB Franklin.
Bangarang.
And then around town.
Yeah. Walking.
I shop at Ralph's.
Great.
Dave,
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.